What's up, guys? It's Ninja Owner Ninja, and I have a video for you today. Where'd it go? Oh shit. But yeah, I have a video for you today. There it is. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Perfect. Cool. Okay. So I should have found that before I recorded, but whatever. Here we go. So there's that. Okay. How to be less intellectually dishonest in arguments by psychology with Dr. Anna. Okay, you'll notice I'm not subscribed, and the reason why is because I don't know shit about her. Okay, apparently she takes great care about her videos. That's cool. Whatever, we'll look into it. Maybe, sure, we'll see. But again, like I'm doing research. Okay, I'm finding out, seeing if they're worth it or not, because these things matter. I hate games that you play and the whole point is you live 50 times and then you make it. No, the whole point is to survive, is to stay alive. And playing those games goes against everything that I am, everything that I've been brought up to be. Like, it's like playing Super Mario. You can actually play that game without dying once, basically, right? But some games rely on the fact that they suck, and the only way they can get you to play them consistently is because you die, basically. And that's kind of an excuse to for a shitty person, is because the limitation is you get hit once, you're dead, and the trick is you gotta make it without getting hit once, and then you don't die, and you make it, and it's like cool, great, wonderful, lovely, but you're not learning anything, and that's why I am so smart, because I don't play games like that. For example, like League of Legends. I like League of Legends, right? I play against bots, not people, unless I have somebody on my team, because there are a lot of shitheads on League of Legends, and the reason why is because they're following alphas or fake alphas, like Tyler One, for example, or Night Blue, Trick 2G, Search Head, and all these fucking clowns that actually what's it called? They don't like they don't actually understand why they're winning or what makes them win or not win. They think wrong, and basically what I call false alphas. It's why you follow them. They don't. They're not Michael Jordan. They try to be Michael Jordan. This is why the odd one. Again, false alpha. I'm Michael Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan. No, you're a little baby dick piece of shit beta that's found his niche, and he thinks that because he found his niche and you have an advantage, it's like having more intel or education than somebody, and then acting like you're worth more because you've read further in a book, and acting like that makes you a better person, or having more money than somebody because your parents were rich, and that makes it where you suck. It's like, no. The truth be told, that doesn't matter. But society, again, they want you to believe all of that bullshit, and that plays a part to what I'm talking about. That's the whole point. Um, so, anyways, I actually, unlike most, well, I'm trying to do this now. Basically, it's where I watch a video, and I make comments basically on the video as I'm watching it, and at the very end of it, I just show you the comments of the video, or the video and the what's it called. I explain the comments and then show you the portion of the video that are pertaining to the comments, so you understand what I'm talking about and where they're talking about, and basically I explain why they're wrong, basically, right? And that's kind of the idea. It's like a debate, basically. But anyways, I have a video again: how to be less intellectually dishonest in arguments. So, yeah, here we go. Ready? Here we go.
I don't know about you, but I get the sense that most people think the point of debate is to win the argument against their opponent.
So, the first thing you said, wrong. This seems Oh, I type already. Wow, good job on me. But this seems to be gamma already. I don't know why I put this seems and gamma already, but it seems to be gamma already. No, the point of debate is not to win. That is just what the rich and the betas and insecure people and all of the losers in society want you to believe. And the reason why they want that is because divided they fall. And if your whole argument is to be right or wrong, you can never unite. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to fight and never get along. That's why people don't have a beer after. That's why after my video, after I give people shit, I'm like, I would have an orange juice with you. It's nothing personal. It's just you're on my territory. Get off, basically. And that's the whole point of, like, if everyone wants to say alpha, beta, and gamma, and I explain what it means to be an alpha and what it means to be a beta and what's to be a gamma and so forth and so on, and how Tyler 1 is actually just a gamma, how Night Blue is actually just a gamma, how Searchers is just a gamma, how Trick 2G is just a gamma, how all of these people, they pretend to be leaders because they want that power, they want that crown, but they are gammas. I myself am an alpha, not because I claim it, but because it's bestowed to me more times than I can count, basically. I remember I was at a party at my friend's house. It was like an after party or before party or whatever. But his mother actually shows up. When they gathered up and we're all fucking around, like 10 of us or whatever. And she walks up to me and she's like, "Yeah, I see what's happened because we're all fucking drunk and ready, whatever." I remember, again, if it was before we were getting ready to go or getting fucked up before we left, or if we were fucked up and we planned, or that's what we planned to go after and kind of we're trying to sober up, basically. I don't remember, but the point was she came up to me and she's like, "You're the alpha, huh?" And I was like, "Huh?" And she's like, "You're the leader." And I was like, "Leader of what?" And she's like, "Of the group, like all the friends, like, all your friends." Like, what do you mean? And she's like, "Well, you're like the leader of the group, huh?" And me at the time, again, I wasn't about that life. I didn't know that that was a thing that people sought after. And the reason why is because I was an alpha, right? And alphas aren't aware of this thing that happens. It's those insecure losers that tend to be noticed first because to me it's just whatever. But if you're trying to be something, it's because you suck. Like most people actually, like you'd never know Muhammad Ali exists if it wasn't for his manager. You know what I'm saying? so so again, no, the point is of the debate is not to be right, basically. And again, the reason why you have that idea is because they divided, they fall. That's what they want. By tricking the new kids to kill one another, like China and Russia, we can rule the mess. But the thing is, people are stupid and they don't realize that the only reason why America is great is because we allow for great minds to lead, basically. And that's something that's not happening today, basically. We follow great minds. Jimi Hendrix was great, so we wanted to become him. We didn't take him and ban him and shove him to the shadow realm and then go and put fucking a Bob up there. Like, no, we let Jimi Hendrix take the role because that's what we were back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, evil took over, and that was how they gain control and keep control, and that's why Trump and all this shit, and why Hillary Clinton didn't win despite it being obviously supposed to be for her. And the problem is because the blue and red are both fucked up. Basically, the blue want this and the red want that. They both want their form of control. The blue does it this way, the red does it this way, and the problem is it's like two leaders trying to fight for what's it called? Not capitalism, but they both want a dictatorship in form in one way or another, like some form I can break it down. I'm not going to right now, but I can break it down, and that's what the idea was. I was like, do we let you have your dictatorship or do we let you have your dictatorship? And a lot of people are like, fuck all you motherfuckers. But the problem was they shut out Bernie Sanders. Anyways, I can explain it, but so great minds. At least we used to look at Sanders or me and how I got banned from Destiny's Discord and his GG, his dot GG. I have a video about it basically. I explained how I got banned. You actually see me get banned from Destiny's dot or Discord rather, and I'm trying to announce it to Destiny, and Destiny bans me from his .gg because they're fucking idiots. They're both gammas. Like everywhere you go, it's just gamma, gamma, gamma. Everywhere you go. The point is, now we only follow gammas. We only allow gammas because facts don't care about your feelings, but I do, and that's what most people are saying. But I care about my feelings. And I don't realize that it was the hard work from those alphas, the ones that I hate, that society, well, the rich and their corrupt version of society, that made us great in the first place. And I'm following my feels right off a cliff like everyone before us. I'm talking about like Egypt, was like Zeus, and back in those days, I was forgetting the name of them, but those people basically they got corrupted by bullshit, and all the wizards and winners eventually got ignored, and we started following douchebags, and they let us right off the cliff because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, basically. So let me break it down a little more because I didn't feel good about that one. Point is, now only follow cameras, and the facts don't care about your feelings. It's true, and the hardworking out like. For example, Mexico has people coming in working in the fields, but you want to get rid of all the Mexicans because fuck Mexico, right? But who's gonna work the fields? You understand? Like you're not thinking this through, and that's why there's conflict. And that's why the situations are why the Trump party is breaking up because um, what's called Elon Musk is like I need them because they're the only people that read the books and they know the stuff, but they're dumb and obedient to do the work. They're smart enough to do the job, but dumb enough to think they're stuck where they are, like George Carlin said once upon a time, right? And again, George Carlin is the only person who can actually see what I'm saying, but I think I'm smarter than even him. Right? He may be more educated than me as far as education, but that's it. So anyway, oh, and by the way, that was the first thing you said. But sure, 63,000 views over 5 days, by the way. And I get five in my life, by the way. But sure, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, whatever. And so continue, though you should see the issue by now, but only alphas would, and they are in prison, and all that exists are sheep and gammas. Basically, because all the people that are free thinkers think wrong and are in prison, and like the people that are like I would be in prison too, but because of my disability, or because I got a brain tumor and a stroke and blah blah blah, I'm not like able to do what I want to do, and then because I'm doing what I want to do, society would target me and remove me, and because of that situation, that's what's enabling me to escape by the censors, basically. I pointed this out. I have a paper, and they're called public whistleblowers. Basically, like somebody invited somebody to a text chat, and they're talking about the war plans, and a reporter was invited, and he goes and spills the beans, but he can't tell the system because the system's corrupt. And this pisses me off because Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, what? When they're like, I would like to enter this to the record in the Congress, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, what? Like, she wasn't even fucking paying attention, and you hear, without objection. Oh, without objection. Like, shadow puppet. Come on now, people. Like, what the fuck? Pay attention. Are you serious? This is happening in Congress. Are you fucking serious? Like, seriously. Come on. What the fuck? And then I said, because I don't get like I get nobody watches my channel, right? Nobody. It's desolate because I'm under a fucking like I'm under a rock, and people don't follow me and see me because they see that I bring people together, and they don't want that. They want their vision, so I don't. No one comes my way, and I said unless you're watching my content before the world caught on. If that's the case, thank you for seeing the truth of my fellow alphas or betas, and you should know by now there is no offense in being a beta. Just the rich need you to think that so that you fight and never group up and rise up. Think of that's why Muhammad Ali fell off and disappeared. Right? That's why his story went to shit because of all this fucking brainwashing bullshit about racism, the white man, blah blah blah. It's just again, all it is a way for you to hate and control you, and that's how they tore Muhammad Ali apart. Was because they made you ignorant as fuck as well, Muhammad Ali, right? They made you target this bullshit, and it doesn't fucking matter. If you never faced that shit, the world would be a better place. And people tell me all the time, why are you dealing with it? It's because if you don't, then we're gonna fucking die. Do you understand that you need to step up and vote? The racism shit that Muhammad Ali was talking about, sure, you should turn the other cheek to a certain point. Like you and that racism, that was once upon a time. That isn't now. There's stuff going on now, sure, but you're talking about shit like 50 years ago, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, those people are dead. The people that are here now are not them. Stop penalizing them. Like, it was a Dick Gavette show or some shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Muhammad Ali? Like, if you're talking about the shit that I'm talking about, sure. I mean, it's now. It's right now. But the shit you're talking about, Muhammad Ali, is 50 fucking years ago. Right? And that's in his day, was 50 fucking years ago. Right? So, anyway, all of that from 4 seconds of what she said, by the way. And she has 60,000 views. Right? Right. So, anyway, and that, right. I think I forgot the. Oh, I forgot to put the timestamp here. But I said, anyway, all of that off of 4 seconds. Wow, society needs help bad, basically. That's it, right? So, anyways,
For a long time, I also thought that's what the point of debate was. In school, I thought that's what debate team was teaching you to do. But the truth is that should not be the point of debate. The point of debate should be to communicate your argument as well as possible while getting to the bottom of the truth. Now,
right,
I don't believe that any human being has access to the truth because
right. Again, so that whole getting to the truth and that whole argument phase of the debate, that's why we had lawyers, basically, because they understand the rules and the regulations and blah 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 blah. But that's also why we refer to them, or because we had that, right? We had lawyers, and they would explain to you, like the rules and regulations. And the problem is that that was then weaponized for evil, basically. Where it's like now we're gonna use that on the side of evil to just like I murdered somebody, and despite whatever, and this you understand, like there's debate here, but the point is there's evil there, and because evil was present, we call all lawyers snakes, basically. And then I said, well, we used to, again, because the rich didn't like them, much like auditors, basically. We don't like auditors, and the reason why is because the rich and people in charge and the people in power turned them against us, or turned us against them, I think would be a better way to say it. Despite the fact that Long Island Audit is one of the best channels out there. You can learn a lot from. I follow him too. Like I don't think he goes far enough, but we need that auditing to keep the powers at be, right? To keep them in check. And they're trying to weaponize that and make it seem evil, so you hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can explain it more, but again, I'm trying to get to the message across here. So yeah, let's see. Oh, the truth. So she mentioned arguing about the truth. You need to understand something. The reason why the truth, she says, it's not like a real thing or something. I don't remember. Let's see.
now I don't believe that any human being has access to the truth because our minds work in very flawed ways and we cannot separate ourselves from our subjective lens. But I do.
Right. I don't want to point them out. The truth is a concept. You fool. I actually said that. You fool. Like math, time, or dimensions. It's a concept. It seemed like something you can argue to, but that's why she tries, or if you follow the Trump lawyers and whatnot, they took advantage of the schooling system and blah blah blah, where they're like, oh, it's just alternative facts. It's a truth. It's an alternate truth, basically. Like, okay, and again, they're just trying to Like that argument worked because on the right they were obedient soldiers, they were kind of cultists to religion and whatnot. So that argument actually worked. But then they hit the left and we're all what God, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like the military and the army and blah blah blah. I don't want them present. Blah blah blah. Right? We don't have as much of a cultive mindset that the right does. So when it came over here, we're like, no, GTFO noob, right? That's basically what happened there, basically. And that's kind of like why she said alternate truths or blah blah blah, because it's a concept, much like math is a concept, like time is a concept, and dimensions are a concept. They don't actually exist, but they pirate it, turn it into something else, and then have you chase after it, like a ball and then a dog. You're the dog, and then they get the ball and they throw it, and you run after it. Meanwhile, they're fucking raping all your bitches and taking all your money, and that's what's going on.
I do think we can make efforts at getting closer to the truth. And I think the best way to do that is by having open-minded conversations with each other, with people who...
Oh, real quick, because I forgot to add this. I'm sorry, I can go back. But on that dog and the mindset and the ball and the dogs or whatever, I pointed out that like Kaku, I forgot his name, like Kaku, it's the string theory guy. And then there's Neil deGrasse Tyson, or deGrasse is the truth. It's deGrasse Tyson, basically. And then there, or the ignorant people, like maybe she's ignorant, I don't know, but her name is Tibby's, basically, and she posts about dimensions and whatnot. And again, that's the idea. It's a ball, go get the ball. And dumbasses like Kaku and Tyson are chasing the ball, and Tibby's, because she had bad teachers, she chose chasing the ball. I don't know if it's bad teachers or because it's the only thing she has, the only way of power and control or whatever, but they're chasing the ball and they're taking people with them. And that's the concept, that's what they want. That's why the world sucks, because of shit like that. And then I don't remember where this fits, but because again, I'm sorry, I forgot to put the timestamps, but it reminds me of a debate I had with somebody. I don't remember who it was, but basically, let's see, it reminds me of the debate I had, which reminds me of the dumb shit that happened on Jubilee. Oh, so that reminds, yeah. So I had a debate, and that debate actually is, it was put on Jubilee, and the same thing happened on Jubilee, basically. And what happened on Jubilee was there's a kid, and he asked Jordan Peterson, do you believe, or are you a Christian, or are you not a Christian? Do you remember that? And Jordan Peterson was like, I can be either. I don't need to tell you. And the kid's like, aha, that means, and he decided to say, excuse me, you're a bad person because you won't say it. You're faking it, or you're lying, or something. This is what I mean by ignorance, basically being weaponized for evil, essentially. And because you think you know something, because he isn't playing ball, but this is the alternate reality. This is the Republicans that actually were, what's it called, brain rotted, and they actually did conform to this whole MAGA movement thing, basically. And Jordan Peterson's like, I don't need to tell you. And so he was like, haha, because you won't tell me, it means you're evil. And it's like, it means this. It reminds me of a video I seen with, what the fuck is his name? Trying to remember his name. What the fuck was his name? Bill Burr. Let's see. Bill Burr arguing with a woman.
Never address how women argue, which I think is the core of a lot of that shit. You know, and I gotta tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued, but after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around.
And just for the record, when he says women, that's because he's a dumbass, and he too is an idiot. what he doesn't realize is this is actually what it's like to talk about the rich or talking to the rich or basically a manipulator. He doesn't realize that women use this form of manipulation on him and it works. And the thing is, it's not just women. This is what the right is doing. This is what people like Steve Bannon and like I have a paper. It's called The Downfall of America. Basically, Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, Pete Hegseth, RK Jr., Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Fox News, Marco Rubio, Janine Pirro, Jubilee and owners, Netflix and owners, Ben Shapiro and friends, Paramount Global, PMN, Paramount Media, CBS, Columbia Broadcasting System, just the name changes to dodge penalty and punishment like Trump and his splints, basically. That's all that is. Apple TV, Owen Wilson, Snoop Dogg, Ted Cruz, Tucker Carlson, anyone related to them, as in they work together, basically sellouts. And examples of innocent, basically Matthew Cawthorn, little girls, drugs, Mitch McConnell, the Republicans, like remember that there was like a celebration or something that happened, and Matthew Cawthorn was like, "Well, these little girls there, now doing drugs, and there's hella of Republicans here," and they're like, "What the fuck? You can't say that shit to people!" Oh my god! And they shut him up, basically. And that's an example. Another one is, remember that text messages and the calls, or whatever, where the reporter was invited to a chat room, and they're talking about the war and all this stuff, and he was leaking information, basically, and all that crap. Remember that? And there's another one with the part software and Stop Killing Games and that whole shit. Now he's trying to turn it into something that's not. It's because, again, he's weaponized by the rich, basically. So he's trying to basically, what's it called? Maybe he's rich and he wants to be able to fuck people over, and that's why he's trying to motivate people. And maybe he's doing it for ignorance. I don't know. And then, what's her name? Tibby's or whatever, basically. And dimensions, right? How she's on about dimensions, and she may or may not believe it. I don't know. Personally, I don't know. But the point is, it's still a thing, regardless of what it is, right? But the point is, I call them public whistleblowers, either through bravery, like either they're brave and they're publicly announcing it, or they're just stupid and they don't realize that that's bad and not good, right? And they don't realize that what they're reporting on or just talking about was actually an evil that was going on. They're too stupid to realize it, or they're braver than speaking out. It's bravery. That's why the saying is, it's a thin line between bravery and stupidity, because it's hard to tell sometimes. It really is. But anyways, there's that. And again, I'm pointing it out because people are evil sometimes. You gotta be careful. You don't know, like this girl talking. I don't know if it's legitimate. I don't know if she's ignorant. I don't know if she's strong. I don't know. But this is the story. This is why facts don't care about your feelings. I can say the word nigger and it doesn't matter. There's no context there. Don't be Fox News. Oh my god, feelings. Shut up. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking bitch. Like, there's no feelings involved in this. Yes, 9/11, all that shit, there's feelings. They're manipulating your feelings. You understand? Like, Jeffrey Epstein probably was killed. None of them was probably an inside job, right? We don't know. Let's talk about it, fucking crying out loud. So I'm saying, let's talk about it. If it's just saying, let's talk about it, it's such a fucking negative move, maybe you're fucked up, not me. What the fuck is wrong with you? But anyways, so again, Christian or not, and he thought it was a big deal, and so he was like, haha, like that means you're evil, and it means no, you're dumb, because Jordan is saying, let's see, how the kid desperately needed a fist. Oh, so, okay. So it reminds me of a debate I had, which reminds me of some dipshit that happened on Jubilee about being a Christian or not, and how that kid desperately needed a fist in the face. I think that was the top comment, by the way. The kid needed to be punched. But anyways, how Jordan Peterson did not need to tell him the answer. And how Jordan Peterson, and how that means Jordan Peterson is evil. All it means is Jordan Peterson is too old to express like he's too old to have basically done the math, basically the logic, the reasoning behind it. And he's like, I'm done. He's walked away. So that's what he did. Is because he's old, and it also means that the kid talking is an idiot. And so the old and idiot met, and that's what we saw. There's no evil there. It was just you're a dumbass, and Jordan Peterson's too old. We need Ninja and a Ninja to come in here and make sense out of this, and that's what I'm doing, right? That's all that was. Jordan Peterson didn't need to tell the kid if he was Christian or not, because that's his business. Too bad. Too bad. And I think that's what I was trying to bring up the Schrodinger's cat, or whatever the fuck, psychology in the cat, when you find out if it's dead or not, right? Like, you don't know. You don't know, you'll never know. It sucks for you. It sucks for you, kid. You'll never know. You'll never know. The second you find out, it changed. You don't know. Maybe it changed. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Who knows? We can't say. No one knows. And you're fucking bitching because of, oh, well, I want you. We don't know. We don't know, kid. Shut up. We don't know. Right? And again, Jordan Peterson, that's all you had to say. But you didn't say it because you're old. You're too fucking grounded in your own fucking, like, in your own weeds. You have your own fights to fight. And so you weren't willing to pick up a new fight. So that means pass the torch, bitch. Like, let me take over. I'll take over. I'm fucking good at it, right? So anyways, as for the actual video, I am not going to, oh, yeah. So as for the actual video, oh, I didn't play the Bill Burr thing.
I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it.
The reason why is because he's an idiot. He's allowing this psychology to happen. It makes sense, and you should do it. Fine, okay? Yeah, that's fine. But the point is, you're explaining something, so you shouldn't take sides. This is why there is no red, no blue in the word nigger. It's just the white, right? I can say it because it's just for the sake of discussion. There is no feelings or emotion here, right? If you want to have a feeling, hit the door. Take the door. Don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you, as they would say, right? Take your feelings and get the fuck out of here. We don't need that shit in the White House. We don't need that shit here, right? But yet, because Trump's a man, it's slid by all your fucking radars, because you're all fucking idiots and dumbasses and you're asleep, and this is why most people don't believe in MAGA bullshit, blah, blah. Anyways.
But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so fucking mad, you just call him a cunt.
Basically, I remember there was a debate. I'm trying to remember who it was with. There was some dude, and there was this chick, and they were talking about like A, B. And she's like, wait, because I'm a female? Did you just make this about me being a female? Oh, it's Destiny. It was Destiny and a girl. And she's like, is it because you hate females? Are you saying you hate females? Right? She tried to make it about this. Again, this is the whole, she's looking around for something, and so she made it up. And now she tries to make this the thing. This is what we're arguing about. This is the moment. It's about females. You hate females. Oh, that whole fucking thing. And so what does Destiny do? He's like, I only hate females 50% of the time. Basically. Instant diffusion. This is what an alpha does, and he did it by accident. But instant diffusion. This is just what's called a normal response for him. This is experience allowing you to do what alpha does, basically, and that's completely valid. It's allowed. You can do that. You can actually win in StarCraft. You just be it like there's a dude I bring up. What's his name? Nero StarCraft, right? He's an AI, a robot, and he always cries and bitches anytime you do anything that's irregular, or if you send a worker or a fighter unit before he's ready, he says you're an all-ending cheeser, and he bitches and cries and moans and yells and screams. He's a little child throwing a tantrum. But when you're willing to play the game that he wants to play, where the game is favoring a Zerg at that point, right? When you're willing to do that, then it's okay. Oh, and by the way, I won that game because I'm a Zerg. I'm him. I won that game. I'm gonna show it off because you're willing to play the game. Then I will show you, right? And by the way, he uploaded a game recently where it was Zerg versus Zerg, and they both sat there. Like I said, it was like two fat kids sitting there jacking off. Basically, that's what they're doing for like 8 minutes, just in there building an economy, building and building and building, and they're not doing anything to each other. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is boring as fuck. But they're sitting there building and building and building, and finally they start throwing stuff around. But while they're throwing stuff around, the other kid is actually winning, right? The other kid's actually better at Nero's game. And so what happens is Nero starts sending these little groups to attack the kid's economy, basically. And the thing was, that's what I was doing from the beginning. Except instead of being at minute 15 and jacking off for 15 minutes, I was doing at minute 3. Like the second you can have a worker on the field or a fighter on the field, I had a fighter on the field. So I remember when I was playing, and I played a kid, and he's like, "Well, how did you do that?" And I was like, "Do what?" And the kid's like, "How did you have the units at my base so fast?" So I was like, "Because I built stuff early." I didn't know you could do, and the whole game got fucking destroyed. That's what the game's dead because little betas like him had. That's what's happened to America, or that's gonna happen to America, but. England, not England, but what's it called? I always forget the name of it. But like with Zeus and all that shit, all those people back in the day, they fell apart. And America has the same fate. The same fate. We're gonna fall apart because of bullshit, right? But let's see. As for the actual video, blah blah blah. Oh, so yeah. All it means is he's older than you're an idiot. And I said punch, as in like I punch you in the face. But as for the actual video, I'm not going to watch it because I don't feel that it applies to me. Basically, it doesn't apply to me. Right? The video, her video, what she was talking about. Watch, I'll show you. So you understand the Bill Burr thing now. There's the videos and such. But back to her video.
Objective lens. But I do think we can make efforts at getting closer to the truth. And I think the best way to do that is by having open-minded conversations with each other, with people who hold different views from us.
Right.
Where our goal is not to prove ourselves right, but to figure out where the truth lies.
That's what you're supposed to do anyways. But again, the problem was they made it about right or wrong. They made it about all this bullshit because, again, divided they fall, and that's what they wanted you to keep falling so that you couldn't build an empire, so you could never rise up against them, and they would be in power forever. That's what they wanted. America knew what she's talking about once upon a time, but they took it away from us.
Even if it means we're wrong. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. How to be more intellectually honest when you're arguing with someone.
And that's why I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't need that. I don't need that because personally I already know. And that's why I said, though I want to, let's see, as for the actual video, I'm not going to watch because it doesn't feel apply to me. Though I want to say that most people are learning in this shit system. Like if you're a younger kid or whatever, this video may be good, but I don't know. I didn't watch it, and I'm not going to because I'm trying to make a point here on another issue, but an issue right now. But no, thank you. But no, thank you. So because I'm talking about what I'm talking about, basically, I was like, I'm not gonna watch your video because that's the point. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. But the first 56 seconds, which is where we stopped, by the way, thank you. I appreciate you saying what you said. 56 seconds of stuff, of media, of data, of whatever. Like, good, well done. That's what I needed. And not because I needed it, because you're somebody with the following, people following you and listening to you, and you're expressing yourself and saying things. And I'm able to express myself using your words, basically, right? Because no one's listening to me, but maybe they'll listen to you. And I'm just explaining, this is what it is. Take it and go, right? So the rich want us to fight because divided they fall. And they want us to go down the rabbit holes of topics that are invalid and don't matter because it keeps you busy and it keeps you from taking what they have or focusing on what they have and keeps them on top. And that's what this is all about. And they want power, and doing all of the stuff mentioned enables them to have power. And yeah, that's it. That's basically the whole point. It's just to make you stupid and make you chase the ball on a matter that doesn't matter, to argue right and wrong. It doesn't matter what the truth is. All that matters is you're right or you're wrong, and you fight and kill each other. And any alpha, you fight for alpha. You can't be a beta, you can't be a delta, blah blah blah. You can't be a fucking gamma, blah blah blah. Whatever fucking bullshit and yada do. And this is why, again, I don't get fucking any traffic at all, because you know why? Because this is the kind of shit I speak. So they don't want you to know that. But anyways, be well, be happy, be safe, take care, be loved, be smart, be a thinker, be aware, be paying attention, always be observant. Don't get tricked. Think before you act. Basically, it's fine to just, like some instances, just jump for it. Like, just go for it. Sometimes you just need to jump for it, right? Some things you need to just go for it, right? For example, like if you're in a fighting arena, basically, like if you're a fighter and you're going against another fighter, like it's fine. Like at that point, like you're gonna fight anyway, so you might as well just go for it, right? Like when I played StarCraft 2, for example, I was what they called an all-inning noob, and basically what I called it was an aggressive pro, right? So that's what I was. And I was aggressive. But what happened was they killed it and they removed that from the game. So now you start with extra workers, and that meant that the early game that I had, because I had, I built like a barracks, or whatever you want to call it, like something simple, something you can follow. I built a barracks at like when you had like 8 workers, but nowadays you start with 12. You know what I'm saying? So like that whole back in the day you start with 4, and so I built the barracks at 8 workers. So that whole technique and that whole gameplay avenue, it doesn't exist anymore. That's why I quit, and it doesn't exist anymore because little crybaby Sharons like fucking what's his name, Nero Zerk, little Karens or Sharon, basically. He's just trying to get to what he wants. Because, oh my god, how dare you step out of the meta? How dare you attack me if I'm ready? Oh my like, dude, take your skirt and go somewhere else. Like, play something else. Go play fucking Pikachu's Club of fucking Potato Adventures. I don't know. Fucking Potato Factory or Farmer 101. I don't know. You're a fucking idiot. You're a dumbass. Get the fuck out of here. This is competition. This is where men are made. This is where alphas are born. This is where we fight for each other's territory, you know? We're not sitting here like, oh my god, you can't attack me until minute 15. Safe space, safe space. No, that shit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But again, StarCraft 2 went and dove down that road, and that's why nobody fucking plays it anymore. Except for all potato fucks like him or other people that make money from doing it. But outside of those people, no one fucking plays that game. So anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. I'm out here. God bless, Godspeed. God thank you, and psychology with Dr. Anna. Basically, I'm gonna go ahead and go to you.
Help each other with people who hold different views.
You like don't dress up too much. It's fine. I like your hair. You're wearing a lot of makeup. But yeah, just be you. Be confident. Be yourself. Don't be a slut. That's the most important thing. Don't be a slut, because I'm not gonna want to be with you at the end of the day, right? You're gonna be burnt out. Your vagina's like fucking a well with the fucking cloth over it. That's what I usually say. It's a well with a cloth over it, and you're trying to hump it, and that's all the friction you get, right? Like, yeah, that's so fun. And your reaction's like, oh, I didn't know you started. What do you mean started? I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, be well, be happy, be safe, be strong, be loved, be intelligent, be a thinker, and fight. Alphas fight for territory. Be inviting, be your friends, love each other. I'd have a beer with anybody I ever talked about, or anybody I've ever talked to, right? Because that's what it takes. Just be friendly, whatever. But again, it's my territory. At the end of the day, be nice, be respectful, respect your elders, right? Like that guy didn't respect his elders, and that's why you respect your elders, because they remember a time before your time. And that's how you respect your elders, because you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and that's why. It's because that old dog is used to his tricks. And though the world changed, his tricks have not. And that's what that confrontation was. It was your inability to understand that he is used to a different time. The rules were different then. Right, and they're the same now. It's just you think they're changed because of the MAGA bullshit. So anyways, BYB, have you said about peace.